All right, everybody. Time to go through lifting. As you all know, we're in the off season. So what we do in the off season is we get away from the maximal lifts. That was something we used to peak, at least in the end of each season and whatnot. Pull back, go back to the basis. So maybe that's ankle, knee, and hip stabilizers, as well as core and all my shoulder stabilizers as well. If that is all stronger, then all the better. So we're going to do this for the whole month. The way that the best trainers and whatnot will do things, it's actually a lot more simple than you think. A lot of people will just have these crazy extravagant workouts, and that's going to be the thing that gets me there. And it's actually a lot more simple than that. Simplify it down to this month I'm working on one idea, then the next month we look for one adaptation, then we keep going there. So I wish I would have had June in here as well. That was a little bit more stabilization endurance, so a lot more stabilization than this. This is going to be strength endurance. So I'm going to have strength exercise paired with a stabilization exercise. So that's at least all this down. But up here we got our core and balance to start us off. So reverse crunches. We all know them, long legs going on up, working the abs. Front side, back side, thoracic extension with a cobra. And then going into transverse step-ups with a little twist and whatever. We'll get into all that here in a sec. So now, if we can, go through this twice, a little warm-up almost, and then we'll get into the rest of it. Afterwards, we got our strength exercise paired with a stabilization exercise. So we're going to see about doing these for 10 reps, but with the first one, I'm going to be pushing weight. I'm going to be pushing something that's stressful for me up to 10 reps, and then TRX push-ups. Maybe I need to do single legs and all that. We'll get to that as well. But first, starting off with machine bench press or regular bench press. That works all as well. 10 reps and then TRX push-ups following that 10 reps as well. Again, I'll explain these here in a sec. Dumbbell rows is going to be after that. And then we're going to have our stabilization exercise to follow. Going to have our exercise and actually flip these. This is going to be the one where we're going to be pushing more weight, standing overhead press. You can even see I wrote light down here next to single leg dumbbell scaption. I'll explain it in a sec. And last two, we got our leg stabilizers, one gross motor, and then we got more of a stabilizer. Both never going to have stabilization aspects to them, but nonetheless, that is the month of July. We're going through the NASM phase 2. I wrote level, but phase 2, strength endurance. Come follow me as we go on through. First one was our reverse crunches. With this, I had everybody doing 10 reps of everything. It's a very easy way to go about this. And reverse crunches are going to be our straight leg lift and extension upwards. USA. Going up to 10 of those, and then I'm going to bring it down into my cobra thoracic extension. Going through nice and slow. Lastly, it'll be a transverse step up. We can always use weight with all these exercises depending on what they are. But with this one, it'll be a transverse step up and balance. You could even notice on that first one, I was a little bit more unstable. Comes to the next one. This is going to be my chest press. Again, mass mover. Gross motor skills, not necessarily working on stabilizers, but I'm working on chest and triceps ability to press on out. Then I'm going to bring you on with me because tripod don't move at least. I'm going to come down to here for the TRX push-ups. So TRX push-ups, stabilizer for the upper body. I'm having to come on down. Put my feet on in. If they cooperate, boom, beautiful. Now, immediately after those chest presses, having to stabilize myself up. So now we move on to the dumbbell rows and back roll-ups. So my dumbbell rows, I'm going to be in a hip-hinged position, leaving me to damn near get parallel with the ground. I'm drawing those elbows back, squeeze those shoulder blades, and bring it on down. Right after to follow will be back roll-ups. purposefully putting myself in a compromised position, allowing my back to round out, and then I slowly come up. The back is normally a stable object, but every once in a while, we may have to pick something up, whatever with a rounded back. It is good to still have it strong in that range of motion. So again, I like to do it on a slant board, so it pulls those feet up, stretching out those calves all the more, but you could even lock the legs. And slowly up. Roll those shoulders forward. And slowly on. All right, people. So we got the overhead press, which either parallel dumbbells out to the side with them, or even having an Arnold twist and press up overhead. That'll be our first one, overhead press. And then we're going to go into single leg scaption. So I'm raising my arms straight on up, almost like a cheerleader Y. I am doing the same exact thing now and raising it up to be in line with the rest of my body. All right, so lastly, we got the leg exercises, especially after a day of running, having the one leg exercise, still getting a little stabilization work. Forward lunge, I like a little rebound here, boom, boom, and then we'll switch it up, go into the other side. Now, when it comes to split squats, the setup is what everybody always gets funky. If you're tall, you should be further away than me. If you're at my height, I'm 5'5", it's not going to be that far away in comparison to the tall guy, but it's still going to be away from it enough for me to sit down and back. But with this, as you notice, my upper body, I'm trying not to allow it. If I have weight in my hands, I don't want to come down here. I want to keep a nice, tall spine as I go through. Switch it up, and then doing the other leg there. But other than that, I'll have everybody go through at least once. If you're able to, 2 times through the top bit, and then the 4 groupings, go through twice of all of them. Easy way to work on stabilization while being able to push weight as well. Working on both ends of the spectrum, but tire out the big muscles, and then got to work the stabilizers. I really like this part. That's strength endurance. We're going to be doing this for a month to the end of July, and then I'll see you in August with the next one. And then that'll be the next phase. Peace.